Good afternoon. We will call the meeting of the State Allocation Board to order. Ms. Jones, will you please take the roll to establish a quorum?
Certainly. Senator Wilk.
Present.
Senator Leyva.
I'm here.
Senator Roth. Assemblymember O'Donnell.
Here.
Assemblymember Cunningham. Assemblymember Burt.
Here.
Great, thank you. Juan Morales.
Here.
Jeremy Smith.
Here.
Jennifer Osborne.
Here.
Gail Miller.
Here. We have a
We
quorum.
have a quorum.
Great, thank you, and thanks everyone for being here. Pursuant to Governor Newsom's Executive Order N2520 issued on March 12th, oh my goodness, 2020, this meeting is being conducted by way of Zoom and teleconference due to the loss of power at the Ziggurat building in West Sacramento. This site is closed today and cannot accommodate those wishing to provide public comment in person. We apologize for the inconvenience. In order for this meeting to run efficiently, please note the following guidelines. All participants will be muted during the meeting. If any board member or the public would like to make a comment, please use the raise hand feature in the Zoom meeting interface, and I will call your name at the appropriate time. That if you have the old version of Zoom, that's under the participants, and if you have the new one, it's under reactions, and you just push the raise hand. If you are calling into the meeting and not using a computer on the Zoom application or on a mobile device, unfortunately, you will be unable to provide public comment. Before we start with our agenda items, there's a couple of things I'd like to do. First, I'd like to welcome Ms. Jennifer Osborne to the board. Thank you for being here, Ms. Osborne. Ms. Osborne was appointed by the governor to fill the position of Chief Deputy Director at the Department of General Services and is also acting director. Ms. Osborne came from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, where she was the director of the Division of Administrative Services, and more importantly, was previously at the Department of Finance. And Ms. Osborne is now the designee on the board representing the Department of General Services. So we're really pleased to have you. Do you want to say anything, Ms. Osborne?
Just thank you for the welcome, and I look forward to serving on the board.
Great, thank you very much. And now briefly, if Mr. Watanabe could please share the screen, I'd like to take a moment and present Daniel Kim with the resolution. And we're so happy you joined us. Thank you, Mr. Kim. Today, we're presenting Mr. Kim with the resolution as an acknowledgement of the dedication and service to the State Allocation Board. He was appointed by Governor Brown in June 2015 as the director of DGS and served through the end of 2020 mightily. So we thanked him at our previous meeting. Mr. Kim has been helpful in shaping policy that led to decisions on such matters as the implementation of grant agreements in order to ensure transparency and accountability of Prop 51 funds and full day kindergarten facilities program, and also the emergency powers of the executive officer during the COVID-19 pandemic of the state emergencies proclaimed by the governor. He's been successful in assisting the board to approve the state apportionments and providing unfunded approvals for over 1,600 projects, totaling $5.62 billion for the SFP and the other programs administered by the board. So again, Mr. Kim, we are so grateful for your service and to all of California, and we wish you very, very well, and we'll miss you. So you can see that we've all signed the resolution, and we will get you a hard copy. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All our very best in the future. I don't know if you want to, I feel like we don't want to embarrass you, but if you want to just say a couple words before we move on to our agenda.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Great. I'm just truly honored and humbled to receive this resolution. I just want to say a couple of things. One, Gail, I just really appreciated you as the chair facilitating the meetings. We've had some great discussions as a result of your facilitation, so thank you so much. And to the other SAB members, I want to thank all of you for your thoughtful and nonpartisan but spirited discussions. We've had many of those, and they've always been conducted with the best interests of the public and the students that we really want to serve, and for the school districts that we want to provide funding for in a fair and equitable manner. It's been a great privilege to serve on the SAB for the past 5.5 years. I just think it's a great honor to be able to work with the SAB to get schools the funding that they need for the capital improvements that they so desperately need. And I'm just so proud to have been part of the team, the OPSC team, led by Lisa Silverman, but also with Barbara and Michael and Brian and Lisa and the rest of the OPSC team. They are so dedicated and so good at what they do. And Tom Patton and Ephraim, they've provided such wise counsel and advice for the SAB. I've got to say, the past 5 years, I've seen OPSC do some remarkable things, especially with respect to the grant agreement, the development of so many in-person and virtual technical assistance and training sessions, and the release of the OPSC Online, which now offers school districts a way to completely do the application process in a paperless manner. I think all of these efforts and more have really helped level the playing field so that disadvantaged schools can get a leg up. And I think you've all done such a wonderful job there. So thank you so much for letting me be part of the SAB, and I look forward to all the great school construction that you are going to help improve in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate that and your service, and look forward to continuing our work together in your next role. Can we tell everyone what that is, or is that not?
Yes, starting Monday, I will be with Yolo County. I'll be the assistant county administrator there. So looking forward to working there.
Great. Congratulations. They are lucky
Thank
to
you.
Have you. People of
Thank you.
Yolo will be better off for it. So good luck and all our very best to you. Thank you again. So with that, I think we'll move on. If we could get approval of the December 9th, 2020.
So moved.
Great. Thank you, Senator Leyva. Can we get a second on that, please?
Second from O'Donnell.
Great. Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. Any public comments? No? Okay. Seeing none. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll on the minutes, please?
Yes, I will. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Sorry, aye.
thank you. Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke, Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Jennifer Osborne,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. And Ms. Burke actually did say aye. Did you hear that, Ms. Jones?
I did not, but I'll put her down. Thank you.
I said aye. Thank you.
Okay,
Great.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Those minutes.
And that
are
motion does
good.
carry.
Thank you. Ms. Silverman, will you do our executive officer statement, please?
Yes, we have a few things to share tonight. And so we wanted to highlight that we did kick off our virtual training series, and we're super excited about that opportunity. So we actually conducted our first training series, and that was on Friday. And it was really tips on how to be successful in the K-12 closeout audit. And so we had actually 365 participants that signed up for this Eventbrite, through Eventbrite. And so we had this virtual training series, and 278 folks actually did participate in this training series. So this was really a phenomenal kickoff event. And so we were super excited about this. But if you missed out on this opportunity, don't worry, it's actually posted on our YouTube page, and we actually will have a whole training webpage that we have posted already. So look forward to having future events. So tomorrow, we'll be actually sending out 2 more events for February. So look forward to those announcements tomorrow. And really, it's really centered towards the program grant. So you didn't miss out. Don't worry about that. These future events are coming, and 2 more will be rolling out for March, and 2 more will be rolling out for April. So we're really excited about this opportunity. And if you missed out, don't worry. Again, we'll be posting this on our OPSC YouTube webpage. So again, this is a great opportunity for districts. If you didn't miss out on this And again, it's a free event and it's interaction for school districts to get into the program. And again, what opportunity that we have for districts to participate. And again, questions and answers. And you know, if you run through that Netflix and you're really bored, go watch us on YouTube. So anyway, it's a good opportunity. So we did hear that some board members were interested in this event. So we'll send out this announcement also to our board members.
Great.
We also want to hit off that the annual adjustment this year is 1.42% that Barbara will be covering. And this obviously will require board approval. So Barbara will be touching on that topic later, and this is an action item. We also wanted to share with the board that our priority funding certification round closed in December, and that was a day after the board. So if you had an unfunded approval that was approved at the last December board, you did have an opportunity to submit a certification. So if you had unfunded approval from July 1st through that December board meeting, we did receive certifications with the value of $552 million. So that's great news for those folks that did submit a certification. So those made you eligible to qualify for the spring bond sale. Again, we only had 19 projects that did not submit a certification, and that's okay because they are still eligible to participate in the next cert round. And again, those projects are still eligible for the fall bond sale. So that's all we have to share tonight, and our next board meeting is February 24th.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions from the board on Ms. Silverman's report? No. Any public comments? Any questions? Oh, hi, Mr. Cunningham.
Hi, can you guys add me on? I'm sorry I was late.
Yeah, of course. Do you want to vote on the minutes too?
Please. Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. No questions. Mr. Watanabe, no questions from the public, right, on the executive director's report?
Nope, I'm there.
Great. Thank you. Alrighty, we will then move on to the consent agenda. Ms. Silverman?
Consent's ready for your approval.
Great. Any public comments or questions from the board on the consent agenda? May we get a motion and a second on the consent agenda, please?
So moved.
Second.
Senator.
Second.
Thank you. Moved by Senator Leyva, seconded by Ms. Burke. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll, please?
Sure will. Senator Will?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Senator Leyva?
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell?
Aye.
Assemblymember Cunningham?
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke?
Aye.
Juan Morales?
Aye.
Jeremy Smith?
Aye.
Jennifer Osborne?
Aye.
Gail Miller?
Aye.
And that motion carries.
Great. So moving on to the financial reports.
Yeah, on page 56, we just wanted to highlight, I know we had a fall bond sale and districts had certain timelines to actually activate their cash. So in December, we wanted to highlight there was nearly $290 million that was activated by school districts. So that's great news for the program. So again, these proceeds are actually being liquidated. So then again, that's great news for the program. As far as the financial reports on page 58, we didn't take any funding items to this board, but we did want to highlight because those adjustments will be taken forward in the February board because we didn't want to make two adjustments twice to these projects because really with those increases in those grants, we'll be taking those to the February board. But we did want to highlight there's about $21 million that is coming back to the program, and that's a result of rescissions and closeouts because those are the prior projects that were funded from the prior bond activity. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Great, thank you. And then I know a bunch of folks are interested in how much is left sort of in that we can approve for next year. Is that still around 1.3 billion that we have available?
As far as funding, we actually have, technically on the books, we have about 2.5 billion still on the books. And that's actually if you see on the table on page 58.
Okay.
But we still have workload associated with that, with those bond funds.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you all know, that was one of the things that the governor does want to work on is sort of school financing and school funding for the future. So we'll definitely use this money efficiently and continue to work on that as well. Any other questions on the financial reports? Any public comment? Nope. Seeing none, we will move to the next item, the annual adjustment to school facility program grants. Ms. Kampminer?
Yeah, thank you. So we are scrolling to page 96 of our agenda today for our first action item. And it is our annual adjustment. We do this each January, and the grants are adjusted to reflect the rate of change in the cost of construction. As Lisa mentioned and highlighted in her EO statement, it is an increase of 1.42% this year. And that is based on the change in construction cost as measured by the RS Means Construction Cost Index, which was the measure that the board has been using for several years and adopted moving forward beginning January 2016. So on the attachments, you will see the new grant amounts that are inclusive of that 1.42% adjustment. So that is attachment B, if the board does choose to adopt the measure or the increase this year. And then I did want to point out that when we changed the facility hardship regulations, there was a new line added to these charts for the portable classroom replacement calculation. So you'll see that reflected in there as well. And then also on page 97 of the item, right above the staff recommendation, we've got a table that shows the change to the threshold amount that is in government code, and it relates to the extension of tentative track maps. So for the local governmental entities that may be watching this meeting looking for that change, the threshold amount has been increased by the 1.42% as well. So we are asking and recommending that the board approve the increase for 1.42%, and that will be in effect for all of 2021 for new project approvals that come forward in 2021. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Nope. Any questions from the public?
Nope.
Seeing none, may we get a motion and a second to approve the adjustments to the school facility program grants, please?
Wilk, so moved.
Thanks, Senator Wilk.
Then second.
Thanks, Senator Leyva. Ms. Jones, will you take the roll, please?
Certainly. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Cunningham,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Jennifer Osborne,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Great, thank you. Those are approved. And our almost second to last item, Ms. Kampminer, the proposed amendments to the charter school facilities program, please.
Yes, thank you. So that is starting on page 105 of our agenda. This is a policy conversation that the board had previously back in October 2019, which seems so far away and just like yesterday all at the same time. But our current regulations specify that if there is an additional election that authorizes more funding for the charter school facilities program, that a new filing round would open 90 days after the date of the election. Back in October 2019, we had come to the board with a different set of proposed regulations to amend that requirement because it looked like if Proposition 13 had gone forward, we were going to need to do some changes based on the changes that were made in statute for that program funding. And 90 days is not always an achievable timeline for doing regulation changes if we want to go out and have some meaningful stakeholder meetings and get it to the board in a timely fashion, plus have it in effect before the filing round begins. So it was an aggressive timeline. So we had altered the language in the regulations to align with some of the other filing rounds that we have in other programs that basically set it at the board's discretion to determine an additional filing round, and the board did approve those regulation changes. We've been working with the Office of Administrative Law to get the regulations in effect, and they had a desire to set something a little more specific in the regulations. we are seeing that as a desire just for clarity for folks that may be using regulations. They can turn to the page and know exactly when something is going to happen. So with that in mind, this set of regulations would instead have the board open a filing period for the charter school facilities program 180 days after an election that authorizes additional funding. And that doubles the time frame that we had previously. We've kind of taken a look at where that falls on the calendar, and it seems to be a reasonable time of year, whether that would be a March election or a November election. So no matter when it happened, it should be fine for anybody that is filing. And in this version of the regulations, we've kept the 120-day filing period just to be very consistent and precise in what this filing period looks like. So that is what is before you today. So the concept is still the same, provide a little extra time to get regulations in effect, but this is locking in a more specific date that falls in with about the time frame that we would have expected, even with the broader flexibility in the prior set of regulations. However, since this is a bit of a change from what was submitted to the Office of Administrative Law originally, we have pulled that regulation submittal back because we do need board approval to instead make it a set 180 days. I would also point out that it does not change the regulation that is currently in effect for funding coming back to the program that is not a result of an election. So anything that maybe is coming back in through loan payments throughout the years, or if we have sufficient project rescissions, so funding that's a result of that in the future, the board would have flexibility as the current regulation stays to just set that time frame, because we never know exactly when that's going to happen. So OAL was okay with that part staying in there. So we are seeking the board's approval to adopt the proposed regulatory amendments as shown on attachment B, and authorize the executive officer to file the regulations with OAL and make them permanent.
Great, thank you, Ms. Kampminer. Any questions or public comment? Seeing none, may we have a motion and a second to approve the amendment? Thank you.
Moved by O'Donnell.
Thanks, Mr. O'Donnell.
Second.
Seconded by Senator Leyva. Ms. Jones, will you take the roll, please?
Definitely. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Cunningham,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Jennifer Osborne,
Aye.
Gail Miller,
Aye.
and that motion carries.
Great, thank you. And our last item, Ms. Silverman.
Yeah, it's providing the board an update about the local audits being performed. So back in 2017, the Education Code 41024 required that any program funds that were awarded to districts after April 1st, 2017, required that a local audit be performed. So with last year, we actually provided the board an update with those certifications of those local audits. So last year alone, there was 14 audits that were certified by the Controller's Office. So this year, we wanted to share that there were 55 audit reports that were certified by the Controller's Office. And out of those 55 certified audit reports, there were 2 certified reports that identified $8,300 in ineligible costs. So we wanted to highlight that to the board. So to that extent, we think that there's opportunities. Obviously, the grant agreement has obviously shed some light about sharing with school districts about what those ineligible expenditures are and those eligible expenditures related to the program. And we think that a lot of outreach opportunities, we've been working closely with school districts and have that continued support with school districts. And again, we think that that has contributed to the success of the program. So with minimum audit findings. So to that extent, we also wanted to share with the board their attachment B. There's a comprehensive list of those certified reports for 2019, and those reports have been certified in 2020. So to that extent, we wanted to acknowledge the report to the board.
Great. Thank you and good work. Senator Wilk, is this going to be your last hearing then?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, we're very grateful for everything you've done to make this go very well.
My pleasure. And an honor to work with you and everybody else on the board.
Yeah, likewise. Well, we're excited for your new role as well, but hope you'll come back and see us at least one more time. Alrighty, well, if there's nothing further, any further public comment for any reason or any item not on the agenda? Great. Well, thank you very much, everyone, and here's to a brighter 2021. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Aye.
Bye.